I'm Dana, and we're once again falling into the trap where I try really hard to film a normal day in my life. And the reality is that I end up feeling like pressure from myself, I suppose, really more than anything. I was going to say like societal pressure, but I'm putting pressure on myself and feeling like even when I'm trying to show like a chill, just normal day, I need to make it somewhat interesting. I need to show that I'm actually productive and I do things. And it means that you're not seeing a true genuine day in my life, because if you were, I would just be sat in my room watching films and TV shows. That's most of my days, you know? And they're broken up by me filming and posting videos and having my little like autistic exploits. But for the most part, I'm sat in one place doing one thing for hours and hours on end, and it's just I know that's not going to be an interesting vlog. I don't know what I'm supposed to say over it, you know? So this is a Sunday that I had a good little while ago now, to be honest with you. I don't overly enjoy editing these, so it does take me a little while to actually get them out. But as always, I start with my little daily chores. I do my dishes, I scoop the cat's litter tray, I make my bed. And this day I did find myself the extra chore of hoovering and mopping the floors. And that's the thing, is like, in some ways I've gotten really good with my cleaning and tidying up as I go and that kind of thing. But some things I just forget need to be done regularly. Like if I'm not doing it daily, it gets done very sporadically as and when I notice that it needs doing. I just fully blank out on the fact that things are like happening around me, quite frankly. I'm just like, what do you mean I need to hoover? What do you mean I need to mop? What do you mean I need to clean my bathroom? Like, why are those things? Maybe I do need to incorporate just doing little bits like that every day, but I also just don't have the energy or desire. So a new routine I'm trying to add as well is having breakfast. So I watched a bit of YouTube while doing that, but I honestly wasn't feeling my best this day, which is why it's not as full on as a lot of the other vlogs I've done, quite frankly. I didn't do as much as I do in a lot of other vlogs. And on most days, I spend a hell of a lot of time just hanging out with Otis. He is well and truly the perfect cat for me. Like I've had quite a few animals come and go out of my life in ways that are sad and ways that are not. And I feel like I was waiting for Otis. Like he truly just puts up with me in a way that I've never experienced from a cat before. He's absolutely flawless. Like he just lets me fuck around with his tummy and he lets me give him all the kisses. Like he's just so truly the perfect cat. Like I don't know what I'd do without him. I really, really don't. I can't imagine a life without Otis at this point. When he goes, I do. Like he's just so perfect. The way he just wants to hang out with me and be sat near me and stuff, like it's so fucking adorable. And it's so what I always wanted from a cat. And like I've loved all of my cats, but he's my favourite. That's why he's the only one left. I felt bad having a favourite. I also need to figure out my chia seed pudding situation. I still eat it when it's like solid like this, but I feel like it could be a much nicer texture, you know? And like, as I say, I do end up being more productive on these types of days. But also, if I have the energy to bake, I genuinely enjoy baking. And I've also been trying to eat like less ultra processed food and all that bollocks. Like I eat what you can, you know? Like as someone who does a lot of like, I have so many random food issues, and that's where like a lot of you guys will comment like, oh, just get ready meals. I'm like, I cannot deal with the texture and the smell and the taste of like plastic tub ready meals. Like I have so many issues with food. So baking my own bread at the minute is a thing I've been doing. There's a video up of that. Go watch it if you fancy it. But I like baking, but it takes so much energy. So I don't get to do it all that much. But one thing I have been doing really regularly is going for a walk in the park. And it's so oh my god, I have no words, sorry. It's so hit and miss if I'm actually going to have a nice time and enjoy it and feel better for it. Or if, like, I live in an area where people just keep talking to me and just keep doing things and are just rude. So it'll be a case of, like, I'll be feeding pigeons and someone will literally, like, a full-grown adult will just run over and scare them. It's ridiculous. And the other side of that is that sometimes I don't know if going for a walk is going to like loosen up my joints and make me feel good physically, or if it's going to make everything start to ache. So it feels like a real mixed bag, and I should probably keep track of what happens on which days, to be fair, now that I've thought about it. I haven't been doing that, but I should do that because I'm going for little walks pretty much every day, and it's so mixed. I've also been trying to eat more fruit. Like, that's the thing, I'm trying so hard to live, like, a healthy and fulfilling life, and it's just such a fucking struggle. I also turned the shower on before I noticed this spider, got him out of the shower, which terrified me. I fucking hate spiders. And then he just sat on the side for like 4 months. It wasn't 4 months, like 4 days, until my housemate killed him. So that was completely pointless. And then I braided my hair and realised that I had a big chunk from the very top that was braided in halfway down. So I had to undo the whole thing over again. And my hair is a struggle for me at the minute. I'm leaving it braided for like too long at a time, and then it makes the back of my scalp really, really sore. But I also just, doing anything with any degree of long hair is exhausting. And even though like over half of my hair is now like fairly short, or at least short for me. Also, I don't know what the fuck my face is doing here. That's my concentration. Like, multitasking isn't my strong suit, so obviously that's why I fucked up the braid. I shouldn't have been watching something. I got so distracted by my face being like that, oh yeah, like, even though most of my hair is like short for me now, dealing with the long part, I thought I would be able to just have it in braids all of the time, to be honest with you, and not have to think about it. But like, it doesn't seem to matter how tight or how loose or what I do with it. It just, after a couple of days, it starts to hurt and I need to take them out. And then it's the whole thing of like just having long, loose hair like hovering over me all the time. It's a nightmare. And even like what I would consider the short part of my hair is starting to like get a bit too long and annoy me. And that's annoying as well, because I kind of wanted to grow it out again. I don't know, I was playing with the idea, but I am just going to cut it off again, I think. Trigger warning, you're about to see cat food. If you don't want to, leave. But I've also, like, I don't know, my last housemate put a load of like health anxiety onto me, essentially. I caught their fucking health anxiety. So that extends to my cat, and I'm really scared that something's going to happen to him or that I'm not feeding him the right things. So every couple of nights he gets an absolute feast of like proper like a chicken or a fish fillet and a little stick along with his normal wet food and extra water. I've done so much Googling and reading up on things and trying to make sure I'm feeding him the right things and playing with him with the right things and like doing all the right things for my cat. And I'm so scared that I'm still not. But look at him. He's enjoying this. He likes his little feast dinner. He seems happy enough. That's what I ended up doing to my hair, because both of these options take way too long and still hurt my head. And then I don't want to talk more about food, to be honest with you, because I don't want to put the health anxiety that I've been given onto you guys. Like, I am absolutely just, it shouldn't matter. Like, as long as you're eating food and not going hungry and getting some level of nutrition, I don't care what kind of nutrition it is. If you're one of the autistic people that has like nuggets and fries every single night, go. Like, eat your nuggets and fries. As long as you're eating, you're doing fine. I really need to get myself back into that mentality. Like, it's all very well and good when I'm able to make the dinners like this, but then the nights when I'm like, I don't have the energy to cook anything, I don't have the energy to chop anything up, I should just order food, but I feel horrendous about having takeout. Like, that's not cool and is something to work on. But also, I have been just eating straight up beetroot out of the fridge fairly often. Like, beetroot has become one of my big favourite snacks. I don't know if that's weird. It's a good one. Like, I know it's not quite technically a fruit, but it's still delicious. I've bought a dragon fruit in as well, and a pomegranate. I've had pomegranate before. I don't think I've had dragon fruit. I'm trying to try new things and be a healthy person, and it's difficult, but I'm doing the best at it that I ever have, to be honest with you. Like, that's the thing. As much as I'm like, I don't feel like I'm doing great and everything's really hard, this is the best I've ever managed. So at least we have that. That was my dinner. I took it off upstairs with me so that I could watch Matilda with the Discord. And I think I went straight to sleep afterwards. I don't really remember, to be honest with you. This was a fair few weeks ago now. So yeah, that's the video. You can also, I'm sorry, I didn't realise it was going to end that quickly. So you can like and subscribe first of all. And you can also find me over on Instagram, TikTok or Blue Sky. And you can also find me over on Ko-fi or Patreon if you wanted to. That massively helps me out, but there is no pressure. You do not have to. Do whatever the fuck you want whenever you want. I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't. Like, just do you. I just want everyone to be happy. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. And I will see you again in a couple of days.